for whatever reason, like, my brain, like, just spitfires. I don't know if you call it ADHD. I don't know if it's spirit. Yeah.
When it comes in really, really quick and there's no logic to it. Spirit.
Okay, well, apparently I'm more spiritually awakened than I
Intuition.
realized.
Yes, you are. That's why I try to, like, when you tell me these stories, I'm like, yes, girl, you got it. You're telling me I have nothing to offer here.
Yeah.
You are doing it.
Oh, thank you. So as the lyrics were going, I was like, holy shit, like, this is literally Josh's dad, like, talking to him. So then I just started blurting out everything that popped in my head, and every time something happened, it was like almost like a pulse. Like, it felt like a pulse. Like, there was the main chorus is what is it? Man on the run, hand in the gun, father and son that needs that Holy Ghost. Like, how fucking more accurate can you get than that? He's at a point in his life where he's
I wish
feeling.
you guys could see this.
She's got goosies like crazy
the
over
whole
here.
time you're talking. I love it.
And Man on the Run, I feel like he's at this point in his life, in his career, that he feels like torn and like he doesn't know what move to make, and he could like really use his dad right now to like be that compass. And Hand in the Gun's kind of extreme, but like he's feeling the pressure to like make a move.
But that's why I love
Right.
music, because they take these words and they have a different meaning. It
Right.
sounds harsh, but it's so deep.
Right, it's just deep. And like he's at this point where he like feels like he has to make a decision, and he is a father and was a son, and he needs that Holy Ghost, like he needs his dad. So it's like, holy shit, like just every time. And then I just like went for it the whole song. I just kept my eyes closed and I was just feeling it and saying it out loud. And I was like kind of scared because I was like just letting it happen, and I like didn't know how he was reacting because my eyes were closed. But I was like, you know what, I think he needs this, like I'm just gonna keep going. And I opened my eyes and he was like, I think he was like kind of crying, and I was like, that's like how you have to receive and like think. I like, these are the things like I think your dad is trying to get to you, but like you need to be open to it. Like you deserve to feel like experience this layer of life.
Yes.
And it was just crazy.
And that's the most heartbreaking part, is we all have this ability, and we go to mediums to try to talk to our loved ones.
Right.
Because they've learned what it means for them. They've learned what the signs mean. That's the only difference.
It's really
Hi, friends. It's your host, Meg.
And Amanda. Welcome to Wake Up and Listen, the podcast where two friends get real about purpose, intuition, and laughing through the chaos.
If you're into personal growth with a side of giggles and maybe an existential breakthrough or two, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. It's time to
Wake up and listen. Welcome back. We are doing this episode outside today so we can be grounded and really fully present, because both of us are feeling super spicy.
Spicy.
You're in your luteal phase too?
No, I think I might actually be ovulating.
Ah,
so I'm like a
you're different kind of spicy.
Different kind of spicy right now.
Yes.
I just came from Body Beats. I shook my ass a little bit. It was very spicy in the room this morning.
I wish
so
I
it was good
went.
energy. It's all right, you'll get there. When it's
I'm
meant
definitely
to be,
going to. I forget, and Saturday comes, and I'm just like, la da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then I see your post, and I'm like, fuck.
Dude,
I missed it.
I feel like so many women would benefit from just dancing, whether it be at Body Beats or at home.
Yes. Before you got here, I went in there and I just shook. I just like shook my hips. I moved my body.
Yes.
I looked weird, but I didn't care
Yeah.
because I just needed to get that energy out.
Right.
And like, I think that's a big thing that why people don't dance, because they care about what they look like versus what they feel like.
Exactly. And I mean, I haven't done a ton of research, but I think that's considered, is it somatic movement? Is that what it's called?
Yep. Anything like in the body, because you're actually. So talk therapy can only go so far.
Right.
You're talking out all the things that are in your head, but when energy is stored in certain parts of the body, moving, breathing, like getting the body's movement to really push that energy up and out. So I remember I was going through a really, really hard time a few years ago, and I did kickboxing.
Yes, girl.
Oh
I
my
miss
God.
kickboxing.
My first class ever, I beat the shit out of that man, you know, the fake man.
Oh, yes.
And then I just
Yeah.
bawled my
Total
eyes out. I had
release.
to leave the room for a second. The owner came out and was like, asked if you were okay. I was like, yes. I've just had a lot of stored anxiety, and it's moving right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
And he was like-
kickboxing is badass.
I love
Even
it.
one
I
of the
have the
songs,
chills.
yeah,
Love it.
one of the songs of Body Beats today, it was like a kick to the front, kick to the back, and then you side kick to rotate. And I was like,
Ooh,
girl,
like
that's
a kick, like
yeah, like your
ooh.
front, back, and then you kick and like
Turn.
twist your hip.
Yes.
And I was like, shit. I was like, I didn't know I could do this.
Yeah,
It was
I definitely got to get my ass.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And Becky is just so amazing. She's been doing it for years, I think, at least this class.
Mhm.
But she just is such a light, and she is just so great at removing that like antisocial layer.
Yeah.
Or not antisocial,
The
like
fear.
the fear layer of being judged or feeling silly,
Silly,
like that
yes.
silliness.
Yes.
Like there was another part where you like literally like jump and like hip thrust and throw your shoulders
Yes,
back.
I
And
love
she like would go up, she went up to one of the girls and like they like hip thrusted into each other.
Oh, see,
It's
yes.
just it's necessary movement
Yes.
just for like to get out of your head, to get into your body, and to just like feel sexy again also.
Yes.
Just through movement. Not even if you don't like what you see in the mirror at the moment.
Yes, just feel your body
feeling your body move in that way, and just
feeling
like
your
being
skin.
sassy.
Like sometimes don't even look in the mirror.
Yes.
Just move.
Mhm.
Just feel
Right.
the movement and what that feels like. I think that's
Yes.
why I fell in love with music festivals this summer.
Yeah.
Because I'm
I'm
surrounded
also
by
longing to get to one of
people-
those with you.
Yes, oh wait, you're going away this
I know.
Ugh.
Yeah.
There's
it's
gotta
fine.
be there's gonna be another one
There's
before the
gotta
summer
be.
ends.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm surrounded by people who don't give a shit what anyone else is doing.
Mhm.
Their eyes are closed. They're just moving with the beat, and it doesn't have to make sense, and it doesn't have to look good.
Mhm.
And they'll turn to you, and if you want to join, you join. Like, no
Right.
one is judging you. No one cares. Honestly, I think you stand out more if you're not moving.
Yes.
Because everyone is, like, in their own world. No one
Mhm.
cares. So if you're the
Yeah.
only one that cares right there, it's, like, it's a different vibe. And I love
Right.
being around people that offer such judgment-free zone
Yes.
to just move.
Let it out.
Just be.
I love that. Yeah.
We definitely got to catch one together.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're still like building this beautiful friendship,
Which I love.
Yeah, and fun backstory: the Friday Vibes this week was dedicated to our fellow Rhode Islanders.
Yes, that was so cute. That
Yeah.
was like I think that was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Just
it was fun to put together, and I don't know, my intuition was just like wanting to throw out there to the viewers that we're like proud Cranstonian girls, both from Rhode Island, born and raised, and we actually met at Mulligan's Island.
Yes, I loved that
Manning
picture.
the tiki hut.
Yes. Oh, that tiki hut.
And
the ice cream truck.
And the ice cream truck. Those cookie sandwiches got me into some trouble, but I mean,
so bad. I think I spent all my check on just like
yeah, just ice cream.
paying back all of the stuff that I ate while I was there.
Yeah, but that was just such a fun time, and who knew that we'd be here today because of that initial connection.
Universe did.
Universe did.
That's I think that's my favorite part about this journey is that we didn't go on every step together.
Yeah.
But somehow we
just, like, appeared.
landed in the
Yeah.
same space
Yeah.
where it was like we're both working towards a certain lifestyle and like we both put ourselves out there on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's uncomfortable information, we put ourselves out there.
Right.
I have a post waiting in my drafts right now from yesterday, which will move into our conversation of like dealing with this. Life hack right here. That mean voice in your head, do you have that sometimes?
Oh,
Where it's
always.
just like
Absolutely.
judging everything you're doing, telling you're wrong, like just those things that like make it so hard to move where you know you want to move.
Yep.
Life hack, name it. Give that
Yes.
voice a name because it
Yes.
separates you from the voice, and now you're not your thoughts, which you aren't anyways. You're the one observing them.
Yes.
So when you can observe, I named mine Tiffany.
I love it.
So Sal, he texted me. He could see through my texting that I wasn't okay, and he was
Yeah.
like, "What's wrong? Speak to me."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nothing real, just fucking Tiffany talking shit in my
Oh
head."
my god, I love that. Well, so funny you say that. My friend Amanda she's been utilizing therapy for years, and they did the same thing with her, like her anxiety, which I guess could be like partnered with that, like voice in your head.
Yes.
That, like,
No, it's
talks crazy
absolutely.
talk, basically.
Yes.
And she like named it. I forgot what her name was, but it's such a great tool.
Yes.
And I've yet to come up with a name for mine. I'll have to think. of
It'll
it.
just come to you. And then
Janet. Let's call her Janet. Fucking Janet. I know a couple great Janets, but
I know, and I know some great Tiffany's too. It has nothing to do with the name itself.
Yeah.
It's just what came
all
to
right,
me.
Janet, we're gonna work through this, okay?
Right, and then you can talk to her. You can kick her out. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many. You have more power when you don't think it's you being mean to yourself.
Absolutely.
And then a step further is how I got into my energy work was whoever said that to you, that's even in your head.
Right.
Like, where did it come from? Where was the source of that voice? Could it just be an energy that's kind of in your space? Could it be a mom that said it to you, or a teacher that said it to you, or a friend that was like jealous of you, and now you were like, there was some truth to that, and then you held on to it and made it your own truth.
Right.
So it's like, when you can name it, you don't have to go through all those layers of like, where did this come from,
Right.
but just like, this isn't mine. That's not how I think about myself.
Yep.
So, Tiffany,
Bye.
back up.
Bye, Tiff.
Bye, Tiff.
Bye,
We gotta go.
Tiffany. I
We'll
love
talk
it.
another time when
Yes.
you can calm it down.
Yes. I love that. Well, go you. Proud of you.
Yeah,
for
it
naming
was
that.
it was a stupid little hack, but
Yes.
it's changed a lot of being able to move out of it quicker
Yes.
versus spiral into it thinking it's true.
Right. And I think that is kind of what we're trying to do here. Like, teach people and our followers that we all go through it. Like, every life perspective is completely different. But why not lean on each other and listen to the lessons learned and take what you want and leave what you don't? You know what I mean?
And then you
'Cause-
get to use it every time a little bit
Right.
more. It doesn't matter if you let Tiffany take over that day.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing, like, some days you just need to let it out. You
Yeah.
just need to have a bad day.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's got to move.
Yeah.
And this is the day that it's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can pick back up the next day and you're like,
Right.
I don't want another day like that.
Yes.
I'm going to stop it first.
Yeah. And I think, too, navigating that while with a partner was what you said was beautiful. And I love that Sal holds that space
Oh
for
my
you.
God,
and
yep.
Josh does the same for me. Like, they just call it out.
Bless
because
them, man. Bless these men.
them.
God bless these men.
We got some good ones.
They are so patient. And, like,
Yes.
that's the biggest thing, because I'm telling you it's not real. So I
Right.
just need you to understand that
Yeah,
and not take
and-
it personal.
Yes.
Because I'm being mean to me. So
Mhm.
it's not anything to do with anything going on in real life.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
all going on up here.
Yeah, I think I had kind of like a confrontational day with like an old connection the other day, and I was subconsciously still spicy about it.
Yes.
And Josh and I were doing our thing, like just chilling on the porch, and he was just like, I don't know if he was opening up about something, but I was like so on edge, and he was like, what is going on right now? Because I'm usually pretty good about like toning it back and like not
Being present.
projecting. And I was like, I'm sorry, I think I'm still all hot and bothered from like XYZ conversation, and it's just, again, but like, if you're honest,
Yes.
it takes two to tango too, though. So your partner has to be open to like, okay, like, I'm not going to take this personal because like she's feeling this way.
Yep.
But as the person feeling spicy, you also have to be honest with your partner. Like, it's not you. This is like, you have to be open. Communication, if I had to give one life hack when navigating a strong partnership, is like number one. Like, just talk it out always. I think there was maybe 2 times in our 13 years that we've yelled at each other. Yelling resolves. I don't
Nothing.
think it resolves nothing.
It just makes you go higher,
Right.
higher.
Yeah.
But I think, so the word that I just not learned, but I've watched this video and she traded the word honest in relationships with transparent.
Yeah.
Because honesty is a level of like, I owe you this, you owe me this. Transparent is just like, this is what I feel, this is what I'm dealing with. And it's just this openness that lets them in without like deciding for you or
Right.
needing an answer of honesty. It's just like, this is what I'm dealing with. There is no right or wrong. This is just what's happening inside of me right now.
Right.
And it gives this like as you were saying, like, Josh and your partner needs to be open to hearing and understanding it's not personal. Like, the
Right.
level of transparency on both sides.
Yes.
To be like, even if he was starting to feel a little
Like,
taken,
attacked.
yes,
Yeah.
he could be also open and transparent and say, I totally hear you. I did feel a little attacked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it
Exactly.
just is this conversation versus this defense and
Right.
like offense and
Yeah.
defense and like
Exactly. And if you're yelling like as humans or even animals, if you approach an animal and you yell at them, they'll bark back. And it's
Yes.
the same thing with people.
yes.
It's like, if your energies are going to match. So like, if you're going to raise that to like a yelling match, the other person, why would you be surprised that they wouldn't come back
match
at that
you.
same
yes.
level?
Yes.
And yeah, that was like a huge lesson learned. That was kind of a standard we set like right off the bat, because it's just like, why bother doing it any other way?
Yep. Yeah, we actually wrote down some like things that we wanted to really make sure we followed in the relationship, because we
Yeah.
both came from a very deep we were both in a very deep part of healing when we met, so we didn't want a relationship. So it was kind of like trying to navigate our own healing while with someone else.
Yeah.
In that balance.
Mm-hmm.
So just like giving each other permission, like if we need 10 minutes to come back to this conversation, if
Right.
it gets loud,
Mm-hmm.
we need to take that.
Yes. And I think, too, we have, like, a never go to bed angry rule kind of thing. And same thing. Like, if it's heated, yes, take the space you need. Go for a drive. He has a bike now. That's, like, his thing. He can maybe go for a bike ride or something. Take the time to decompress and, like, wrap your head around what you need to express instead of acting in the moment and saying something you're going to regret.
Yes. And also not feeling like you just have to close the argument to go to bed, but still ending on a positive note of like, I'm exhausted. I feel like we should continue this conversation tomorrow.
Yes.
But I fucking love you.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get through this
out. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, I feel pretty warmed up. That was
I think we can dive into our question.
Right. Yeah. So we kind of are winging it today, to be quite honest.
Which is exactly where we need to be today.
Yeah. And we're outside because we were feeling too spicy to be confined between four walls. So we thought being in nature might tone us down enough to where...
And I'm going to take my shoes off.
Oh, my God. I was going to do the same thing. Let's do it. Let's let the piggies out.
This is just this is why I love this episode is because, or this entire podcast, we give ourselves permission to be where we are.
Right.
Old Amanda would have been like, I'm canceling today. I don't feel it. I'm not, I don't feel like myself. Da, da, da. Nope. You work through it. You get to the space you need to, and then you show up how you can. And I love this. This is so comfy, so cute, so real.
Yes, I just came from Body Beats. I'm stinky. I'm sweaty. I don't have makeup on. I got my eyebrows done, so I probably got the red line thing.
Good.
Thank you. I had her do her little thing with like the concealer, just because we were doing this. But
yes.
We're here, but we did think of some questions that we thought would really just prove our authenticity, not prove our authenticity, but just give us an opportunity to be authentic with you guys and like really showcase where we're coming from, what we're hoping to offer for you guys.
My favorite part about these questions is that neither one of us really answered them yet, so you're going to get the authentic answer, you're going to get the authentic reaction. Yes.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is going to be the best way to navigate, like to show you how we navigate a day-to-day within these questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you guys have anything that you want to know for your own journey, drop it in the comments.
Yes.
We'll always get to it in another episode.
Yeah, absolutely. This girl talk theme is probably going to be a consistent for us because we need that sisterhood and
magic comes out when we just flow like this.
Right.
We're just like, oof.
Yes. All right.
All right, so I'll ask you first.
Okay.
This is a good one. I don't know how to answer this one yet, but what is your biggest insecurity right now?
So when we did the body image episode with Erin, I already talked about body hair and how that was like a big thing for me growing up, especially like my arm hair and stuff. And that is since like arm hair does not bother me anymore. I just accept it. It's part of my body right now. And if someone judges me for my arm hair, I don't need you in my circle.
You're
anyways.
weird.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not judging you for whatever you got going on. So it's whatever. But body hair is still a thing for especially like facial hair. I'm like Portuguese, French, Italian, all of the hairy, beautiful ethnicities. And it is like, I don't know if it's hormonal or what it is, but it's something I deal with like on a daily basis. And like to the point where I'm like shaving my face or part of my face every morning. And it doesn't bother me like if it grows out before I go home at the end of the day, it's like, okay, like what the fuck am I going to do about it?
Right.
So like I've kind of worked through that not bothering me, but at the same time it's like a huge insecurity just because it's like when I wake up it's the first thing I do and like it's part of my facial refresh routine because I don't want to go out of the house looking like that because it makes me uncomfortable. But my honey actually just bought me this new like hair removal system for at home. It's not laser. And because I had a laser one and it was like so painful and I just could not find the time for it. So this is like a new technology. I'll keep you guys posted if it works. But I'd have to say that's probably my biggest insecurity right now. Yeah. How about you?
So I think a really brutally honest answer is which is interesting because I'm navigating it like you at the same time. We're navigating it, but it's still there. So today or yesterday, I'm luteal like about to bleed video. Like
It's
I'm
real raw.
I'm a goblin right now. I'm like Amanda, and then a goblin jumps in, and then Amanda jumps back in, and then a goblin jumps back in. But so I think my insecurity around, I feel like I need to be perfect to have this podcast. I feel like, how can I share things if I'm not perfectly performing? And that is a huge energy I've worked, like the need to perform. I've been a performer since I was a kid. I've danced since I was 3. I was in competitions since I was 10. I went to nationals. My life was performance. And
you're
when
taught perfection in those sports.
Yes.
Yes.
And I have this, like, I've always had the energy of, like, needing to show people I was perfect because I was dealing with so much internally, and I've worked through all that part. So now it's like I really want to share everything I've learned. But as a human, I still have shitty days. Just like everybody else.
Right. The poor girl
difference-
fucking
Hey,
stabbed herself with a
stab
nail before I
myself.
showed up.
It's just one of those things where it's like, if I don't take a second to,
Yeah.
it's just going to keep snowballing into the next thing, into the next thing, into the next thing. And then sometimes, even with my breath, and I take a second, I get centered again, I'm still falling into this, like, spiral of, like, geez, this day just keeps getting worse. I just need this day to end. So I think navigating the fact that I am human still, even though I did change a lot and I've learned a lot, there's no such thing as perfect. And I know this. I talk about it all the time. But it's still something that I want to, like, my mind's like, how am I going to be able to teach that when I had a day like that? Well, I'm going to tell you I had a day like that, and then I'm going to tell you how I got through it.
Right, yeah, exactly. And actually, one of my friends at the Nutrition Club brought up another question that we can maybe just transition right into, because it kind of is hand in hand with that. She wanted to know how we navigate and reground through spirals. So, I mean, for me, breath work is a huge one. Honestly, stepping outside is one of my number one.
I have the chills.
Steps.
That is, like, the best one.
Stepping outside solves practically all of my problems. Silent car rides has been a huge thing for me. Horse lips or lip trills, whatever it is. I just actually posted about that in my story yesterday. Especially, I think it's just like embracing more silence and less stimulation for me is what it really is, because even when I wake up earlier than my family in the morning, it's because I need that time to wake up and get centered before I have to show up for everyone else. Same thing with after work transition, going to get Cam at daycare. Like, I drive in silence, I do the lip trills if I'm feeling like extra uptight from whatever happened at work that day, and then I arrive and I'm like not vibrating. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, a huge part, is you don't need to go from bad to great.
Yes.
You just need to get a neutral state so you don't keep spiraling in the negative stuff you're
because
feeling.
that's just going to get messy and it's not going to feel good.
And I think a lot of people make the mistake of, like, well, it didn't work, I still feel like blah. But it's like, but are you neutral now? Are you not freaking out anymore? Then it worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. We're not aiming for perfection. It's like, how can you get to that, like, neutral state, like you said?
Yeah.
Is there any other things that you lean on?
So, like I said earlier, sometimes letting yourself have a day. So I started my day yesterday crying in the shower. And, like, literally over nothing but hormones. There was nothing going on. There was nothing that, like, I mean, I did wake up to something that, like, aggravated me, so that probably added to my irritability. But I was already irritable, so on any other day, that thing probably wouldn't have irritated me.
But in the
but
moment,
on this day.
Yes, on this day,
so
it
I
was
like,
a big thing.
I just cried in the shower, and Sal was like, just let it out.
Yeah.
Like, you obviously, like, who cares that you're crying? Just let it out. There's something that needs to move. And I was like, oh, I am. I'm letting it out.
It's happening,
But then I was able to eat breakfast and get myself together, and, like, that okay, so the number one thing besides nature, shower.
Yeah, honestly, I love a good shower.
Any kind of water cleanse for me is, like, next level. I can just completely change my state by being in the water. Hot tubs, lakes, beach, shower, if I don't have anything else, like, it just is
even
a game
splashing
changer.
your face with water.
That cold water.
Of course. Yep.
And just, it's like a nice nervous system reset. And also, like, if I am ever too late on using my tools and I've already spiraled, getting in a cold shower because it kind of snaps me into this.
Yep.
Oh, I have to breathe.
Yes.
And then it forces you to breathe.
Yep.
And then so breath work falls into it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just you really go within. Feel what you need.
Right.
Because it's different every time. So
Oh, yeah.
I tried horse lips yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
but because I couldn't take a full deep breath, my lips just kept going.
Yeah.
And it was
Sometimes
making
I
me
notice
more
I can't
angry.
fucking do it. Yeah. I'm like, why
And
can I
was
not
like,
do this very simple thing
okay,
right
so
now?
I need to just breathe. So I
Yes.
started doing belly and like letting my belly lift with each inhale
Mm-hmm.
and then feeling it go down with each exhale. And then I had to start there. And then I did the horse lips.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that one tool may not help you every single time you
Right.
need it.
You need a toolbox.
Yes,
People.
but
We need
just
a toolbox.
test it, pull them out. Oh, not working today.
Yeah.
Not working today. Oh,
Right.
this one is what I need.
Yes.
And
yeah.
it's like, it's the only way through.
Right.
Because if you're gonna feel like shit, why not just take a little step that could help
Right.
move it, tilt it in a little more neutral
Yeah,
state, so
right.
that the next day maybe
Mhm.
you can fully show up how you want to.
Right. And I think that ties into a couple episodes we've brought up this whole concept of being your own bestie and like your built-in bestie, like your own coach, your own mother.
Mhm.
What tools do you have in your box to kind of pull out all of those supportive roles that you crave when you're navigating different things?
Mhm.
Because like you said, the tools are always going to be different depending on how you're feeling. But you can also think of the tools as like a persona, kind of like the anxiety is Tiffany or whatever.
Yes.
And like maybe your breathwork tool is, I don't know, Sedona or like whatever you want to call it. And just like pull it out and like allow that side of yourself to reground and refocus for whatever you need in that moment.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Anything
and
else you wanna add to
being
that?
your cheerleader, I love this topic
Yes.
because it's like no one feels what you feel inside your body.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you shared something like when you start to awaken, there aren't words, it's just energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to describe to someone who either didn't go through it or isn't someone that can really just like open and be like, oh, they're going through something I don't understand. I'm going to still hold this space.
Yeah.
Which we have amazing partners that can do that for us, but
Mhm.
not everybody does.
Right.
So it's so important to remind yourself, like, I got me.
Mhm.
Like,
Yes.
and that was a really, I have the chills just even thinking
Yeah, I
about
got
this. This
me.
was
I
a
love that.
really big thing for me was I was afraid of myself
Yeah.
because I could go off the handle so quick that I didn't know how to bring myself back down.
Mm-hmm.
That I was like, I don't trust myself. And
Yep.
not having trust in yourself is the scariest thing in the world.
Yes.
Because you start to rely on everyone else to fix you.
Right.
And that's what I did with the doctors and
Mm-hmm.
toxic partners and all of this
Yes.
stuff. And it was like, at the end of the day, I am the only one who understands me.
Yep.
And I can't let other people be like, oh, you're being dramatic. And then now that makes me hate me more.
Right.
Versus being like, I'm feeling this really deeply.
Mhm.
And I don't know why this feels so deep, but I need to help myself.
Yes. I feel the exact same way with motherhood.
Mm.
Motherhood has tested me in ways that I never thought possible. And especially having a nonverbal toddler has been like a whole new layer that has just been so triggering. And I'm not typically hot-tempered, but I know it's in my blood. Like some family members have like undiagnosed bipolar potentially, and it's just like I see that in myself sometimes when it comes to like getting frustrated in moments when I'm parenting, and it's so scary, and I like do not love that side of myself at all. But what tools or what personas do I have in my belt to reground when I feel like I'm getting to that place? And like knowing that that's not how I want to show up in that moment is half the battle. Like if you
Yes.
recognize and you don't like what you see and how you're showing up, yes, it's kind of
Defeating.
defeating. I was going to say discouraging, but that was not it. It's defeating because you're like, shit, I feel shitty about myself right now. But also, like, that's the first step to, like, working through it. Like, you have to, like, do a self-check moment and be like, okay, I didn't love how I just yelled at my toddler and, like, belittled him or
Yep. You
threw
just
him in
took
his
that
crib because I
overwhelm
needed a
out.
minute, and now
Yes.
he's kicking and screaming, and like I don't know what to do about it, and he's biting himself, and like if we were just working through some like really heavy stuff, but I was like, I don't know how to navigate this, and I don't like how I'm showing up, so like what can we do different? And again, like if you're present partners and like you're in it together, express that. Or even I gave Josh full permission because I caught myself a couple times like I don't like how I'm showing up. If you catch me in this way, like tell me to step out of the room, or like,
Why don't you take 5 minutes?
right,
I got
and
this.
yeah, or let's like talk about it later on, and like we could talk about how I could show up differently, or like things like that, because it's hard to like face that side of yourself, but also like what else are you gonna do, or else you're just gonna keep showing up that way and then continue to hate yourself.
Yes.
Like, it's not worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love you for being so honest about that, because I beat myself up a lot thinking, like, you can't have kids. Like, look how you take your anger out on the dogs.
That's how I think about having a second child too.
Like, I'm like,
yeah.
like yesterday I was like, guys, you need to leave me alone. I can't take it anymore. And I literally said that to them. I was like, I can't. Just, like, leave me alone. And then I was like, oh, my God. I can't just say that to a kid, or just, like, leave him at home and go for a walk.
Right.
Like, I can do it with my dogs. Like, I can leave them in the house and go for a walk and cool off.
Yeah.
But then it was like, then I had a conversation yesterday with myself, and I was like, I hate how I showed up today. But this used to be me every single day.
Right. So it's
this
progress
used to
is
literally
progress.
be me every day, and then I would just hate myself more, which would make me spiral more, which would make me stay in it more. And like, yes, progress is progress. I've made so many moves that this is a day that I've been fine for months.
Right.
And then today just sucks.
Yeah. It was just heavy day. Yeah.
I didn't show up how I wanted to. I acknowledge that. How can I change how I wake up tomorrow?
Yeah. Right. Go you.
I
Proud of you.
I love you for opening up about that, because it's a real thing, and I think a lot of parents get the mom guilt.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to navigate that, so they kind of just beat themselves up.
Right.
And show up as best they can, but without changing anything.
Exactly. Yeah. You gotta make the choice to make the change, like you always say.
I love that. We need it on a t-shirt.
We really need to make these fucking t-shirts. Who would buy a t-shirt?
We're going to start with just us, because I want to rock these quotes.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And then we'll start.
We'll expand.
We'll make
maybe
it
make
merch.
some partnerships. It'll be fun.
For sure.
Yeah.
What else we got on this question list?
What other questions do we got?
So, next question. Ooh. All right, wait. I want to save that one for last.
Okay.
So, let's do favorite commitments to ourselves. The top daily habits that are non-negotiable. So I feel like for you, definitely waking up and having your time in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. My morning anchor is everything. I try and wake up at least an hour earlier than my family, but on the weekends, I give myself at least that 30 minutes to wash my face and just go sit on the porch for like 15 minutes. Obviously, not always bulletproof, because when you have a kid, they're unpredictable, and some days they wake up at 5:30, some days they wake up at 8:30, and you just never know how that's going to roll. And that was also like a huge thing I navigated with motherhood, is like building that routine for myself and accepting that every day is going to look different.
Yep.
And just finding
Holding
that
a
time.
consistency for yourself,
Right.
but it's going to change.
Exactly. And I think maybe actually like the commitments to self is like finding ways to microdose that self-care throughout the day.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll like wake up. One thing I just started doing actually that's gotten me more grounded in gratitude, and I think I brought it, or it came to me after your near-death experience episode, is gratitude for like each part of my body. And so I now have my 4:30 alarm that goes off, and then I have one that's set for like 5 minutes after that. So when that goes off, I'll lay on my back, I'll put a hand on my chest, a hand on my stomach, I'll like be present to my breath. And then I'll just like work my way down like from head to toe. Like, I'm so grateful for my mind that is like creative and like expresses itself so freely or whatever. I'm happy for my eyes to be able to like witness life and like color and XYZ. And I just go all the way down. And that has been huge, I think, with just like the mindset that I want to show up in for the day. And also with the passing of Bill, I realized like when you close your eyes at night, there's no guarantee you're waking up in the morning, because he had passed in his sleep. And like that was just like a huge thing for me. I was like, how have I not even recognized that lesson? Like, it's been almost a year already, and I'm like, wow, like every day when I open my eyes, it's a blessing. So that's been huge.
I loved that I listened to your episode about how you do that 5 minutes in the morning, and I started doing it, and I love it, because it just, and you can even, like, mine, sometimes I'm super spicy in the morning, so it's a little more simple. I'm like, thank you for the feet that are going to get me out of this bed, and like things like that, and like the heart that's beating that got me up, and my eyes are open, and things like that. But that tool was like, it's a game changer because you have a certain amount of dopamine when you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you open your phone,
Right.
you
Kill
just
it.
dumped all that dopamine
Yep.
into your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Scrolling and all the colors and all of that stuff just lit your brain up.
Yep.
In a way that now all that energy that you could have had for the day
Yeah.
just kind of dumped out, and now you got to get some more
Yeah,
to get you through the rest of the day, or you start living from the things that you've just scrolled on. Like if you're scrolling on some bad stuff and news and or waking up and watching the news,
Yep.
like
I haven't
everyone
watched
has a
news in, I
morning
don't know.
routine. Me neither. And
I couldn't
when
do
people
it
would come in the
anymore.
salon when I had it and they would tell me, I'm like, did you hear about this? I'm like, no, I don't watch the
Yes.
news. Like,
Yep. I
can
try
you
and
do anything about that, or do you just
Exactly.
like to like sit in the fear of it
Right.
and like spread that news?
Yes. Yeah, I think and it's tough because there's a fine line of being aware of what's going on in the world.
Yes.
However,
Yes.
in the grand scheme of things, unfortunately, things that are happening in another country are not affecting my life. And I hate to say that because it sounds so inconsiderate.
It sounds
why-
privileged,
Yes.
but at the same time, no one. Our ancestors didn't have TV. They didn't know what was going on in
Right.
another village.
So they
they
didn't
were
let it
worried
bother
about
them.
their
Yes.
village.
Right. Like, what are you doing for your village, people? Like,
Yes.
we
So
have
it's
to
like-
start being a little more selfish in that way.
Yes, only
Yeah.
because that's the bigger picture.
Mhm.
So, like, if you start to feel the fear that's happening on the other side of the world, well, now we're all vibrating in the same exact fear, except it's not happening, but the brain doesn't know what's real versus
Right.
what's just a thought.
Mm-hmm. What
Because
you're
your
witnessing
body
online.
will react the same way.
Mhm. Yeah.
So when you can get your control back and see, like, what can I control of this? All right, well, watching this is making me feel really bad. I'm glad I know about it. I'm glad I know it's happening. I'm going to pray for them. I'm going to
Right.
take this into my own hands and do what I can with it versus feel the pain with them.
Right.
Because, like, that can happen too, but
Yeah.
then pray and
Right.
move in a direction that you want them to have
Right.
versus be in the shit with them.
Exactly.
And then, like, no one's getting out of that.
No.
We're all just kind of snowballing each other into the
Right.
fear.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. The morning routine.
Yeah.
And
Morning's big.
I just had to, I loved that morning routine that you said. Oh, wait, can you expand a little more on the daily, like the dosing
Oh,
it
yeah,
daily, the rest of the
microdosing.
day?
A little cricket.
Aw,
I love
hi, dude.
that. It's a baby.
It's like, hi, I'm here for the podcast. Give me all the goods.
Yes. Are you feeling lucky? I'm feeling lucky. Microdosing self-care.
Like, what does that look like for you if you have 5 minutes in the day?
Right.
In the afternoon.
So a big thing too with my transition from being like a full-time entrepreneur, basically building my own day, like a lot of flexibility now, to being in a cubicle with no windows for 8 hours a day. Ways I microdose my self-care at work, I have like a hot cup of tea when I sit down in the morning, and I do squats every hour just to like get out of my chair and move my body and kind of like work through that stiffness that just built up from sitting on my ass all day. I go for a lunch break walk. If I can't go for a walk, I'll just kind of like do a couple laps around the building inside. The silent car rides, like, is a
I know you
mental
said you
shift
take
for me.
stairs too.
Oh
instead
yeah,
of the
I haven't
elevator.
taken the elevator unless I absolutely have to because I'm like helping a coworker bring stuff upstairs or something. But stairs always. Park further in the parking lot if I feel like I didn't move. Just like these little things that just are so mindful. And I've literally worked out the least. I do a consistent 5 to 10 minutes every morning. I go for my walk. I take the stairs. I do my squats. And then I go to Body Beats once a week, maybe twice if I'm lucky. And I am feeling so lean. I feel so smooth. My hip and back pain is like gone, non-existent. And it's just like these little micro-intentional movements. It
I was
does
just
not
going to say, it's the
have to be
intention
hard.
versus the commitment of 30 minutes every day.
Right.
It's the intention behind what you're
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
You can put groceries away and
Yes,
squat.
Push
as
your
you're
ass
putting them
back.
away.
Yes.
Squat as you're putting them away, and that changes
Everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Now you're not just putting groceries away
Right,
and
it's
hurting your back. You're
intentional,
actually
yeah.
intentionally moving every muscle with it.
Right.
And I think people don't understand that. They want the big moments.
Mm-hmm.
But life consists of everyday small moments.
Yes.
And the big moments they're far and few, because every day the small things are the big things.
Right. Absolutely.
How you wake up, what you eat. Like, if that's done every single day, there has to be a change. Or if you don't change and you're doing the same thing every single day.
It's going to be exactly the same.
right.
Absolutely.
Do you feel complete on that question?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I need time in nature every day.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that
That's
be
big for me, too.
sitting outside with my chickens or going for a walk in the trails down the street or simply going for a bike ride. Like,
Yeah.
just being in fresh air is a must. And I think, honestly, people think like, oh my God, having a farm, like, that's more work. But starting my day like that is so good for me.
Yes.
Because I'm taking care of something else.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a way of like I put myself last, in a way
Right.
of like I have this ability
Yes.
and I get to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Changing my mindset too on having to do stuff versus getting to do stuff.
Yes. That was big for me too.
Yeah, and it's like Sal helped me a lot with that, of understanding like you got everything you want, you can't be mad about it. Like when I closed the salon and all of that, and all, like I had a moment, or even maybe a month or two, of trying to find my place.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's
what
just
am I supposed
life
to
is so different.
what do I do?
Right.
So sticking with the things that I'm committed to doing for myself,
Mm-hmm.
like the yoni steaming, the being out in nature. I really like to just, first and foremost, listen to my body.
Mm-hmm.
So
Use it as a compass.
yes,
Mhm.
I love that, because every day is gonna look different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's ever changing.
It is.
Yeah.
The morning anchor though is a big thing. So for me, it's the farming and setting my space, my energetic space,
Yeah.
and that's really kind of hard to explain.
Right.
But
yeah,
for me,
agree.
I've gone through some trainings that have helped me expand my toolbox
Mm-hmm.
to be able to not only do what my body needs, but do what my energy needs.
Yes.
And being a psychic medium, I mean, you feel the energy differently.
Right.
And so, like, giving myself readings, giving myself clearings.
Yep.
All of those are...
You pull them out when you need it, though. It's not like necessarily a daily habit.
Well, no, daily,
It's-
definitely.
yeah.
Energy needs to be cleared.
Well, yes.
For me, yeah.
But the clearing
But
looks probably different every day.
Yes.
The method of clearing.
Because sometimes
Yeah.
I can just sit there and do it all like this,
Mm-hmm.
right
Just
in
like
my
breathe
head.
it out. Yep.
And some days, I literally have to, like, if I'm moving energy from my hips, I'm like, and I'm like swinging them, and like I'm making it somatic at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I need a different level every day. Some days
Right.
I'm waking up in a rare form, and
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, we need to feel this move. Like,
Yeah,
I need to cry this out. I need to scream this out.
Yeah.
My notification today on my period app was scream into a pillow.
I love
like,
that.
that is my favorite tool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, just get it. Getting whatever needs to come out is
Yep.
my commitment, because
Yeah.
I can't show up for anybody or anything, animals included,
Mm-hmm.
until I am in my body.
In yourself. Yeah. Back in your body. That's actually a really good song by Maggie Rogers. I'll have to share that with
Yeah,
you.
I definitely want to check that out. When people use that phrase,
Yeah.
I love it because I get it.
Yes.
Like,
'Cause
when
you
I
just,
was
feel
saying, like,
outside of
sometimes
yourself
Amanda...
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
Amanda's here, sometimes the goblin's here this week.
Yeah.
I literally, I can feel that my soul is so uncomfortable in what I'm feeling. Like, I don't even want to reach my toolbox right now. Shoot! I just left. And that's when the goblin comes in, and I'm like, oh, girl, you gotta go. I'm coming back in. We're
Bye,
going to use
Tiff.
our tools. Yes. So, yeah, just really listening to the body, and then, like, the overall commitment being me.
Yeah.
I'm going to commit to me and my needs
Yes.
first.
Honestly, yes. That's short, or what am I saying? All said and done.
Yes.
That is it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Last one, and then we'll go to the big juicy one.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, wait. Actually, there's two more. What's the simplest habit that has had a huge impact? Actually, that kind of
We
ties
already
into the
kinda
other
did
one.
that, yeah.
All right. So, what do you think helps you navigate grief the most? And I really want to hear this from you, because you are actively going through this with the passing of your father-in-law.
Yeah. There's a couple things. I think when it comes to navigating fresh grief, community is everything.
Absolutely.
Being around other people, like being transparent with how you're feeling. Definitely for Josh, his mom, and I, like collectively checking in and like making sure we're there for each other in that way, to like feel the hard moments, but also be aware of when it's just like not okay and like we're having a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's big. But I think what helps you navigate grief the most, at least like a magical part of this experience for me, is like being open to spirit, which has been like life altering. We just had like that crazy experience last night.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable sharing? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
So we were out on the porch last night sharing our J like we usually do. And Josh, we just wanted to like hang outside because it was a beautiful night. And everyone was at Morgan Wallen, and I like hadn't listened to the album yet. So Josh was like, "Oh, do you want to throw it on?" So we did. And then his song Revelation came on, and Josh was like, "Oh, I think of my dad every time I hear the song, but like I don't know why." And I was like,
There's
"That's
the
interesting,"
sign.
literally. And I didn't know the name of the song when he said that. So I was like, "Oh, like, well, what's the name of the song?" Because that's how because I'm going through like my spiritual kind of like awakening, I pay attention to these things. Like, I think when it comes to spirituality, I was thinking about this on the way here. When it comes to opening up to it, I think it's being aware of. I think synchronicities is the best term I can think of,
Yes.
because other than that, like I can't describe it.
Yep.
It's just like being aware
The
of
other word is
synchronicities.
coincidence, but I don't like it.
Yes, yeah. People use
Because
coincidence.
there's no
and I
such
don't,
thing as a coincidence.
no,
not
it's
in my opinion.
synchronistic,
Yeah.
for sure. But also like being aware of the synchronicities that make sense for you. Like it's going to be completely different for
Yes.
everybody, because everyone's human experience and perspective is completely different. How you react is different. So like your synchronicities are going to look different. But anyway, so he said, I saw it was revelation, which is literally, essentially, isn't that like an awakening? And he has never really experienced anything spiritual. He's noticed a couple signs like that he thinks are like from his dad, but very superficial. Like he hasn't really had that moment yet where it like really woke him up. Yeah. And I was like, well, that basically means awakening. So I think you should like pay attention. So then he like turned it on. I chose to kind of just like lean back. And I was like sitting in my rocking chair, and I closed my eyes, and like, cause I really wanted to pay attention. Oh, I really wanted to pay attention. And I, for whatever reason, like my brain like just spitfires. I don't know if you call it ADHD. I don't know if it's spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah.
When it comes in really, really quick and there's no logic to it.
Yeah.
Spirit.
Okay. Well, apparently I'm more spiritually
Or
awakened than I
intuition.
realized.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are. That's why I try to, like, when you tell me these stories, I'm like, yes, girl, you
Yeah.
got it. You're telling me I have nothing to offer here.
Yeah.
You are doing it.
Thank you. So as the lyrics were going, I was like, holy shit, like this is literally Josh's dad, like talking to him. So then I just started blurting out everything that popped in my head, and every time something happened, it was like almost like a pulse. Like it felt like a pulse. Like there was the main chorus is what is it? Man on the run, hand in the gun, father and son that needs that Holy Ghost. Like how fucking more accurate can you get than that? He's at a point in his life where he's
I wish
feeling.
you guys could do this.
She's got goosies like crazy
the
over
whole
here.
time you're talking. I love it.
And Man on the Run, I feel like he's at this point in his life, in his career, that he feels like torn and like he doesn't know what move to make, and he could like really use his dad right now to like be that compass. And Hand in the Gun's kind of extreme, but like he's feeling the pressure to like make a move.
But that's why I love
Right.
music, because they take
Yes.
these words and they have a different meaning. It
Right.
sounds harsh, but it's
Yeah.
so deep.
Right, it's just deep, and like he's at this point where he like feels like he has to make a decision, and he is a father and was a son, and he needs that Holy Ghost, like he needs his dad. So it's like, holy shit, like just like, every time. And then I just like went for it the whole song. I just kept my eyes closed, and I was just feeling it and saying it out loud. And I was like kind of scared because I was like just letting it happen, and I like didn't know how he was reacting because my eyes were closed. But I was like, you know what, I think he needs this, like I'm just gonna keep going.
Yep.
And I opened my eyes, and he was like, I think he was like kind of crying. And I was like, that's like how you have to receive and like think. I like, these are the things like I think your dad is trying to get to you, but like you need to be open to it. Like you deserve to feel like experience this layer of life.
Yes.
And it was just crazy.
And that's the most heartbreaking part, is we all have this ability, and we
Yes.
go to mediums to try to talk to our loved ones.
Right.
Because they've learned what it means for them. They've learned what the signs mean. That's the only difference.
It's really the
you're
only difference.
navigating what the signs mean. So I've had people text me and like, what does this mean? Well, what does it mean for you?
Yeah.
Is always my response
Yeah,
back.
I love that. Yep.
What does that mean to you? Well, my mom always did this, and so I'm like, well,
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, you have the answer already.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And
Yeah.
I love the way that you guys are navigating this fresh wound and really like The wound's pouring gold right now.
Yeah,
like,
it
you
really
guys are just
honestly
like
is.
getting
It's
so much
so
magic
crazy.
from opening up.
Yeah, and it's like synchronicities you just can't explain.
Yes.
I'm going to tell the blanket story too, because
Yeah,
was
that
just
was our
fucking
next
crazy.
question. Was our favorite spiritual thing.
Yeah, so let's just go into it. And then I want you, obviously, you're very spiritually
Yeah,
awakened,
no.
so you got some great ones
we
too.
got some good,
Yeah.
juicy stories
yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah. But the blanket. So my father-in-law passed last November, and the first couple things we navigated, first was Christmas. Was it Christmas or his birthday? Oh, it was a butterfly. I don't know when, or the blanket was before his birthday in February. It would have been the first birthday that Bill could not be present for Cammie's birthday. The week before his birthday, some old lady randomly donated blankets to his daycare. Don't know who this chick is, but my son somehow, got a blanket that is like green, gold, and yellow, which are the Packers colors, which my father-in-law was like a diehard Packers fan. God bless his soul. He was so passionate. And I was like, just instantly you felt that pulse, like, wow, like this was like his birthday gift to Cam, basically, is like how I ended up interpreting it. Because like, what are the odds that this random ass lady donates blankets and Cammie gets this the week before his birthday? Yeah. It's just like crazy stuff like that. That was big. And then I think the other one that was like a huge turning point as far as trusting my spirituality and like synchronicities go was when I found out about my half sister Kim.
Yes. And I tested the universe.
Yes, I tested it, and I said, so there was, long story short, I found out I had a half sister. Not going into the whole story because it's too long. But there was a week.
Another day.
Yeah, there was a week where my sister and I basically had chosen to not talk to my dad about it because we wanted to be able to present him that information independently, and they were on vacation. And it just wasn't going to happen.
Yep.
So I was like working it out in the garden because nature is one of my tools, and I thought an appropriate sign to ask for was a 4-leaf clover. I was like, there's lots of clovers in my yard right now. The odds of me finding a 4-leaf clover is rare.
I've never found one.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Still haven't actually, but so I was like, I think this is an appropriate sign. Never find a 4-leaf clover, but 2 weeks later, my new sister in our chat that we had going sends a 4-leaf clover with her horse. Oh, well, I forgot the question that I asked. I asked the universe, if this is all going to unfold for the best for everybody involved, give me like a 4-leaf clover sign. And then she sends that fucking clover, and I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, what are the odds, like, she of all people sends a 4-leaf clover when I asked that question in regard to, like, her being a part of our life?
Yep.
So crazy. I was shook.
And that's the biggest thing, too, is I think people expect to get it right then and there.
Right.
And they be the one to get it. And it's like, the universe, all you have to do is demand what you want. The universe figures out the how and when.
Yes, when you need it, yep.
It's not all in your control. As much as we think, like, I said I manifested it, I should get it.
Yeah.
But it's like divine timing. And don't figure out the how, because if you didn't stay open,
right,
you may not have even noticed the 4-leaf. You would have been like, oh, cute horse. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
Right,
like,
exactly.
You would have been like, oh, I didn't see the 4-leaf clover or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and been like kind of shut off to it. But staying open allowed you to see the message was received.
Right.
And then you got your answer back.
Exactly. That was so crazy.
There was another one you told me. Oh, your dream. The coffee dream.
Oh, the coffee dream. I forgot about that one. Yeah. So one thing in regards to like also working through grief that just came to me because of the dream. I think it's really hard to navigate grief and losing someone's body when you don't have access to their voice.
Yes.
And I have like almost no videos of Bill, and that is so hard for me because he still feels so distant because I like don't have that. Josh actually shared a really nice voicemail with me the other day that I've been trying to listen.
Oh, awesome.
And I actually, one of the few voicemails that I have from Bill was, he says something along the lines of, actually, I'll play it. I have it. He passed the couple days before my interview for my job transition. So this is like really weird that this is one of the voicemails. I had 3 voicemails from him, and this is one that I had.
Hi, Meg. It's just Dad calling to see how you enjoyed your first 3 days of back into the working world. Give me a call when you get a chance. Thanks. Love you.
Isn't that so crazy?
Wait a minute. He was still alive when you made the job transition?
No, this was when I postpartum went back to work. He left this message.
Oh.
But I didn't even know I had it until after he passed. I was like, I have nothing that has his voice, and I like feel so far from him. And when I saw that, I heard that, I just like started bawling my eyes out. I was like, he is like proud of me. He's here with me, and it's just like it's working out how it was meant
That
to.
message felt like now.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you
Right.
found it now.
Yes.
When you're in a new work. Like this
Right.
is a different work world than
Yeah.
what you were in.
Exactly.
In the same way. you
Yeah.
know?
So that was pretty crazy. But yes, the dream. So I hadn't dreamt of him, but maybe like a month or two ago I had that dream, right? So like more than 6 months after he passed. It was the first time I dreamt of him, and I was walking into my mother-in-law's condo, and she has like kind of like a recliner chair right when you walk in. And Josh and her were like kind of standing in the back near her like little dining room table. And I saw someone sitting in the chair. And within like a couple seconds, I realized it was him because it was like his little visor that I used to wear, and his hair would like pop out the top or whatever.
That's all I see because I think I saw a picture of him
Yeah.
posted like that.
Right.
And that's every time
It's
I
just how he is.
picture him, that's it.
You're right. In his white t-shirt with his Packers like comfy shorts. And I like looked up at Josh and Roxanne because I think I was in the mindset like he had passed, like in my dream, like he had
Yep,
already
you
passed.
knew.
So like it was surprising to see him in the chair. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Like, do you guys see this?
Yeah, like, are you seeing this? And sure enough, they like nodded, and so like I kind of like turned the corner, and he looks up at me, and it's him, and like his like whole self, like exactly how I remember him, and he just smiled, and then he said, "Cheers to the coffee crew," or like something coffee crew, which was so fucking random, but I was like, I gave him like the biggest hug, and it just like felt like a real embrace, which was just so magical. And then I woke up and I shared it with Josh's mom just because I try and be open about when I sense him in spirit, just to like maybe help them open up a little bit and like see what we experience. And Roxanne told me that she like 2 days prior just started drinking coffee out of his cup every morning, which I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
I'm so glad too that you took the step further to share.
Yeah.
Because
Thank you.
You're the one that's able to receive right now.
Yeah.
So it's important to share what you're receiving because, and when I look at it this way too, like, I think about when I'm going to die, how I'm going to work so hard to get these synchronicities to pop up that I know my loved one's going to know it's me.
Yeah.
And then to watch us be like, no, and just dismiss it. I'm like, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a ghost that's just
Right.
like throwing shit off the walls. Like,
Yeah.
now do you believe
Yeah,
it's
now
me?
you got it? Are you awake yet?
Right. So it's like, oh, I love the dream space because
It's
that
so
is
interesting.
100% the easiest way that we can meet them spirit to spirit without going in here.
Right.
Because you're vividly dreaming this. Like,
Yeah.
you're vividly, like, in this other world.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe we leave our bodies when we sleep.
There's got to be a reason we fucking need rest every day.
Yes, I
right?
truly
every
So, do you know, have you ever watched Avatar?
oh,
Okay.
when we
So
had
do you-
Rock Band, our entire band was avatars, and I'm pretty sure our name was Pandora.
That is awesome. I love Avatar, and I think it's because it holds so much truth.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know when they go to sleep in their chambers and then they wake up as
Yes.
an avatar?
Yeah,
That's us.
I mean,
We go to
it's got to
sleep,
be something like that,
and
right?
then so it's like this, like, I don't know. It's so much more real, and like the way the avatars actually connect with the earth and stuff. Like, that's how it's
Yes.
supposed to be.
Right.
It wasn't Earth, Pandora. But the way
Yeah.
they connected with the planet and like talked to the trees and made sure like everything that was sacred in nature was saved. Like, that is normal
Right.
living.
Yeah.
But also the way that they would go to sleep and then jump into an avatar. Like, this is our avatar.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
like,
yeah.
It was just such like a deep movie. For me.
Yes, it really was. I think, and it was intriguing in that fact. And I don't think it's no mistake that trees, the rivets on the trees are very similar to wrinkles on our face.
Yes.
Or when you cut a
A
tree open, it
fingerprint.
looks like a fingerprint.
Mhm.
And the ripples in the
branches being the
sand, like
veins.
everything is like a frequency, essentially. And it's also fucking crazy that this camera is like picturing this. Like, how we need to
I
find
know.
someone. I need to interview someone who knows how to like a camera works.
Mhm.
I just cannot wrap my head around how I can press a button and you capture everything that is.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just magically on my phone.
Yep.
I just cannot. I
But
just trust it
that's-
because I
right,
just
but
don't
why
know what to
we
do.
trust energy the same way?
Right.
Because that's just energy.
Yeah, I
You're
guess.
following a frequency that's like
Right.
connecting the picture and then saving it to your computer, but it's all through Wi-Fi, which is a non-existent energy stream.
Wi-Fi and shit also freaks me out.
So,
I just
like,
don't know how it works.
Right? Everything's just connecting to each other.
Yeah.
So we're all connected to each other. Telepathy is real. Like when you
Yeah.
think of someone, like they call you, oh, I was just thinking of you.
Mhm.
That's because you got my connection.
How about our fucking cardinal for a couple weeks that we
Yes.
had? We had this cardinal or
Both
two
had a
cardinals.
and now, mind you, we're 30 minutes apart.
Yeah, we're nowhere near close to each other.
So it's not the same cardinal, but
No.
we always had it in our yard at the same time.
Yes.
And she would text me and be like, is your friend out? Because ours is loud. I'm like, dude, I'm literally in my house and I can hear it outside my window.
It was so crazy. That was so fun.
It is. It's so much fun when you can open up with someone else who's also just as eager to like put pieces together.
Right.
And
It's like a little
figure out what
puzzle.
it means.
Yeah.
It makes life so much more magical
Mhm.
in how it's supposed to be versus like
Right.
you get up, you go to work, you eat dinner,
Yeah.
you go to bed. Like what
How
about all the
about-
in between stuff?
Yeah. How about your story about seeing Sal's dad in your near-death experience?
That was I think that was the wildest one because it took so long to get the answer.
Yeah.
I was just like, who is this guy?
Mhm.
Like, so if you haven't caught the episode on the near-death experience, I'm going to tell the story again.
Yeah.
When I had my stroke, I remember where I went. It was like, I call it the crystal world because it was just a bunch of crystals around me and I was just not floating, standing in space. And there was a guy in a white t-shirt and a leather jacket, a leather vest, like biker gear, long gray hair, mustache, goatee kind of thing. And I didn't know him, but he was the one that was talking to me. So he stood in the circle with me as we were staring at all these beautiful crystals. And then all of a sudden, he calmly just called out, all right, it's time to go back. And he moved his head like that. And I was just like, oh, fine. Now, if this was anyone else I knew, I'd be like, no. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I
like,
have
you're
this
here. This
stranger
is
telling me,
fun.
like, all
yeah.
right, calmly, come on, time to go back.
Mhm.
Okay. Turn around. I go back into my body. This is 2021. I meet my partner in 2022.
Mhm.
I don't show him this, I don't think, until 2023. Like,
Yeah.
I think I waited a long time to share where I went, who I spoke to, all of that.
Yeah.
And when he read it, I looked over at him because I felt the energy shift as he was
Yeah.
reading. And I looked over at him and he's just like, tears are welling in his eyes. And then he says to me, do you know who told you, come on, it's time to go? I said, no, it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like innocently like, it was like this biker gang here, like gray hair, and then I stopped for a second because when we first started dating, his dad's an amazing poet.
Oh, really?
Amazing writer.
Wow.
He wrote his life story, but in a story form.
No
Like,
way.
it's
That's
amazing.
cool.
Like I tell Sal still, he does want to get it published one day. But I'm like,
Yeah.
this is so amazing. But
That
we
is
got
so
to connect
cool.
as we were first dating. We're just laying on the floor reading through all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Showed me pictures. And I said, he looks really
And
familiar.
how long had he been passed at that point?
He passed in 2019 or 2017.
Okay, so interesting. So it was only like a couple years before your stroke, which you
Right.
you knew like it leading up to it that it was happening for you. Go watch the episode if you have not for the full story.
Yep. Yes, I felt that a stroke was coming. I just
yeah.
didn't know when or where.
But how crazy, like he was never even a blip in your radar.
No.
Yeah.
And it's almost like my intuition knowing that I was going to have a stroke was also like spirit helping me prepare for it.
Right.
Because like you're not going to be alone, like, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Right.
And then when he had said, like, did you know who that was? I was like, no, it was so weird. He looked like this. And then I just stopped myself because I saw the picture that he showed me when we first started dating in my head. And it was the same
yes.
face as his dad.
Fucking
And I
crazy.
just snapped my head and I'm like, oh my God, that was your dad. And he
Yeah.
just nodded his head as the tears just ran down. I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
That's
Like,
wild.
I was like, how, I have the chills. I'm like, how did
Yeah.
you know that? Like, what made you say that?
Yeah.
And he said, that's how he would talk. That's how he would say it.
Really?
Very calmly, like, just come on, time to go back. Just, he was a very chill, hippie
Yeah.
vibe.
I
Just such
honestly,
a vibe.
ever since you shared that, I've been trying to embrace more of that in my parenthood.
Yes,
Yeah.
like versus being the authority and telling me what to do.
Right. Like
I
just
don't
trying
work
to
like
be
that.
inclusive. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the more you tell me what to do, the more, even if it's right, the more I'm going to push against it. So, like, be my equal and
Yep.
help me move where I'm supposed to go versus telling me what to do.
Right. Right.
And honestly, that was something I hated as I was growing up, too. Like, the adults being like, I'm the parent, you're the kid.
Yes.
Da, 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 da. That's why you have, I'd say, why? Because I'm
Yeah.
the parent and you're the kid.
Yes.
That's not an answer.
Right. I
That's
think I
not-
said that once or twice so far, and I was like, ugh, that feels so icky. I'm never saying that again. I just can't
That's
do
what
it.
I love about our generation, though, is we are naturally going to repeat the way we were raised. That's just all we know. But when we feel what it feels like on the other side, and I'm like, I know what I felt like when when someone said that, it makes you shift and be like, okay, I got to change the way I do this, the way I speak. Like, a lot of awareness comes out.
Yes, a lot of awareness, for sure.
But yeah, that way of parenting for his dad was just, it was awesome that he was able to make that connection of like, he parented me like that. I'm sure he's gonna do the same thing for
Sounds
you.
awesome. You guys are gonna be great parents if and when that unfolds for you.
So excited for that, but
Any
also
other
still
crazy stories?
very much enjoying where we are in
Yeah,
life right now.
absolutely. You're on your own timeline, girl.
There are multiple crazy stories. So before I even knew I was a medium, which is fucking hilarious because if this didn't scream medium, I don't know what does.
That's so funny.
My ex had bought a house, and I stayed there one night, and it was a 2-family.
Okay.
There was no one living upstairs yet.
Okay.
We're laying downstairs. I hear a crash upstairs, and I'm like, did you hear that? He's like ignoring me, and he's like, no, I'm trying to sleep. And I was just like, okay, but
that was
didn't
loud.
hear it? Like, is someone upstairs?
I'm scared.
Like, and then it dismissed. No one's up there. Blah, blah, blah. So I waited, and then all of a sudden, I felt this heaviness in my heart and my throat, and I was like, this is an anxiety. So I just, I didn't want to make it turn into anxiety and then have a double hard time breathing.
Right.
So I just kept my breath until it passed. And I was like, well, that was fucking weird.
Yeah.
The next day, I randomly texted him and I was like, how did this person die? He killed himself. And I can't remember. I wish I had. There was 2 ways it was done. It might have been both, actually.
Yeah.
It might have been both. Okay, there was an overdose and a hanging.
Oh.
Heart stops.
Yeah.
Throat's getting crushed.
Right.
Like, that was what was happening to me. Like, I felt like.
Wow.
Now, I was a big fan of Teresa Caputo.
Oh, love fucking
Big
Teresa
fan.
and her big hair and.
Yes, I think that's why, like, you had mentioned, like, envy is the.
Root of your wanting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that is, or knowing that something is for you when you keep getting attracted to something, or you watch shows all the time, or you're always going to certain music, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
When you're younger and you're attracted to something, it's because that's for you.
Yeah.
So, like, I
never
was
thought of it
younger,
like that, yeah.
and I would always play with those fortune tellers.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I would make witch's stew in my backyard.
Yeah.
I would break rocks apart so I could see the crystal on
Oh,
the
yeah.
inside. Like,
Yep.
there was so much that I did that I didn't put together until I was in the spiritual world, and I was like,
Yep.
this job has been calling for me. Like,
Yeah.
this has been my
Right.
my calling, my purpose, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
So then I remembered Teresa. She feels how people die.
Oh, that's. Yeah.
And I was
forgot
like,
about that.
Holy shit. So then I kept this to myself because, again, at this part, I didn't have anyone in my life to navigate this with. Like,
Yeah.
if I went to Sal with that, he'd be like, tell me more. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
Right. Like, I want to hear every
yeah,
detail.
yeah. So, like, navigating that alone sucked. So I just went to Google.
Yeah.
And I was like,
The goog.
what does this mean? Blah, blah, blah. And it was like earthbound spirits. And they'll stay earthbound because a million different reasons. They think that they need to stay here to help the people move through this. They don't know they're dead, or they refuse to acknowledge that they're dead.
Wow. Okay.
And the other one, the big one, was they think they're going to go to hell because of how they passed or how they lived.
Oh. Okay.
He wasn't a very nice man, I found out.
Yeah.
again, I found this spiritual opening. There's so many stories with this one man,
Yeah.
and it helped me navigate my gift even more because now I'm talking to somebody that isn't here.
Yeah.
He turned my TV on at 6 a.m., blasting volume all the way to the top. Until I acknowledged him, all of this weird shit kept happening in the house.
Really weird.
Stuff would go missing, and then I would be like, Scott, bring it back.
Yeah,
and
right.
then we'd find it again. So, like, things
Weird.
like that. We have so many bugs visiting
Yeah.
our podcast.
That aunt is very, very adamant. He has a lot to say, apparently.
I wonder if you'll hear it on there.
Yeah.
But another one was I kept seeing the number 3. I kept seeing January, and I kept seeing Titanic, like that word.
Oh, okay.
So I went into work one day, and I have this friend or client at the time. She was like, she just texted me one morning and said, think of me and write some stuff down. She was coming in that day.
Yeah.
And
Did
I was
she
like,
already know you were a psychic or no?
no, she knew weird stuff was happening to me. But
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not psychic. I'm just weird. Literally my exact
Interesting.
words.
Yeah.
And she goes, just do it. So I pull cards. I write everything down. I bring it to her. I read it to her. I kept stopping as I'm reading it. I'm like, this wasn't for you. I'm telling you, this is picking up my energy because I am navigating all of this stuff, like, too.
Mm-hmm.
And she just sat there. She's like, nope, keep going, keep going, keep going. And so I finished it all, and she's like, tells me everything that was going on in her life. And it was everything I read. But it was like, it didn't make sense because what I knew about her wasn't that.
Oh.
And then she just told me this whole other thing she was navigating that I had no clue. But I picked
Wow.
up on it and whatever.
Huh.
So she helped me open up a lot.
That's so cool.
So after that, I ended up talking to her more and being like, I'm telling her what's happening in my house.
Yeah.
The 3s, Titan, January, whatever. Oh, and the number's 179, I kept seeing.
Okay.
His birthday was January 7th, 1970.
Oh.
17197. All those numbers.
What?
The 1997
Okay,
that I kept
yeah.
seeing. He was a police officer. He had a badge number with 3 numbers. 363, I think it was, but it was
Yeah.
3 and 3 were the first and the last
Right,
numbers. That was
yeah.
the number 3 I kept seeing. And his dog, Titan,
No way.
was in the obituary.
What?
So I didn't figure any of this out. I wrote down in my notes because that's what I started doing when my spiritual stuff opened up. I would write all of these weird
Yeah.
synchronicities down and see if they
Right.
made sense later.
Yeah.
So I just read 3, 179, and Titan, and then Titanic, and then she went deep dive into Facebook because we
Oh my
had a
God.
name.
Yeah.
Facebook, which I ended up texting someone for the name because it was a weird way that it happened. Like
Yeah.
the house sold. It was the person that sold it.
Got it.
So obviously visiting the house again,
Oh, right.
where he grew up and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was just a lot that she put together, and I was like, oh my
Interesting.
God.
Wow.
I remember being in a psychic class and telling the story, and she's just laughing at me. Like, yeah, this doesn't happen to just everyone. Like, I grew up with my grandma saying, like, yeah, the spirits come here all the time. I just tell them to leave me alone. And that was normal to me. So
Yeah.
anytime I felt uncomfortable, I just told them to leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
I told my psychic teacher that. She's like, yeah, no, people don't do that unless
Yeah.
you're a medium, like, and you have like, this ability to
Right.
connect with an energy that you know is there, and
Yeah.
you know enough to tell it to leave.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There was so many wild openings that were like,
That's so
there is
cool.
so much more to this world than just
It really
us.
is. And I think I shared with you too. It's almost, it brings up like a sense of fear to me. But I think this like a spiritual awakening, like noticing these synchronicities and really like embracing it for the magic that it is almost fearful in a way. Because it's so different. It's like the stuff you see in the movies. Like
That
it's not
is
meant to be
by
real
design.
life. Yes.
They show it to you in the movies, so you think, oh, I just watched too many movies. Oh,
Yeah.
no, that is just helping you take away from your power.
Yes, and I would love for us to actually throw that episode that you sent to me last week with the doctor who lost her husband to leukemia, and she then was like awakened after that experience because of these like signs.
Yes.
We're gonna throw that in the what is it, the description, because
Yes.
that was so validating to listen to, and she just has a beautiful voice, and the way she presents herself and
Yeah.
breaks it down is just so incredible. And she has some really cool stories too.
Yes,
to
that
just
was my
validate things.
favorite. Like I told you, it did trigger me, but it
Yeah.
also really opened me up to be like this is exactly what people need to hear.
Yes.
That's not just me using the words energy and spirit, and you know what I mean. Like
Right.
she made
it's
it
like
very,
factual.
very tangible. Very like this is something weird that happened, and then I had no choice but to keep believing
Right.
it
Yeah.
because it was so in your face. You can't not.
Yeah, you can't ignore it. Yeah. Like even when I went to Old Navy that time.
Yes.
Yeah, so fun little story. My very first license plate was 313547. 313 is Josh's birthday. And then so we just had this on-running joke. The only people that knew about it was Josh and I, and I'm pretty sure his parents.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, I wonder what like the 547 prophecy is going to be. So every time like 504 days of dating, or like since we've been married, we're like, maybe we'll have our kid like 547 days into our marriage, or whatever it was. We were like, when is this going to be a thing? And then I had a rare opportunity to go shopping by myself postpartum, which like never happens. And it was the first year that we could afford Easter outfits that like matched. Like that was a goal of mine, to like have us all look cute and match. And so I go into Old Navy, and before I go in, I don't know, I got into this habit of like saying a shopping mantra, because like we were in a hard place where like we couldn't really budget in shopping for ourselves for quite a while. So every time I have the opportunity to go treat myself to something new, I just like try and be very grateful for that, because that was like very heavy for years of our life.
Yes, acknowledging where
Yeah.
you've come,
Right.
how far you've come is
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Thank you. So I said that little mantra. I was like, give us like these cute family outfits that just like represent like we've made it and we're having like a really great year. Like this is the year that we bloom. And so when I walk in, I immediately see the shirt that has like sunflowers all over it. Not putting together like the colors per se in the moment.
Just catching your
Yeah,
attention.
just like, and then I found like this perfect little outfit for Cammie that had like a sunflower on it, and then I was like in the dressing room, and I was gonna go to like the first door that was open, but I was like, I don't think this one's for me. Like, I don't know,
Dude,
it's
I do
weird,
the
right?
same
Is it
thing.
just
I'm
me
like, nope,
when
this
you
doesn't
walk?
feel right.
Yeah, when you walk into the fitting room, like you find your room. I don't know.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I end up going in room 7. But as I go to close the door, like you don't typically notice stuff. Like
I
this.
was just gonna say that
Yeah.
the fact that you even caught it before the door was closed.
Yes, it's a very
just
quick
goes
movement.
to tell you that was all intentional.
Right.
By Bill.
Yeah, literally. And so I go to close the door, and the way the mirrors lined up, it said 547, and I just full body pulse again, like felt it. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I was like, did that really just happen? I was like, and I hadn't thought about my license plate in
Yes.
years. So for me to notice it, for it to hit like that,
And know what it meant.
yes, I was like, wow, like that was crazy. And then I come home and I take a picture of all the clothes to send to our parents, just to be like, oh, like look at our Easter outfits. Every single piece is green and yellow, which is the Packers colors. And I like never even put that together in store. But I'm like, wow, like thank you, like we're blessed.
Yeah,
to,
he's
like,
got a sense of humor. I love it.
he really does.
He
Yeah,
does.
It's so funny. Crazy.
When I read him,
Yeah.
he was messing with me, and I literally asked your mother-in-law, like,
Yeah.
is he a ball buster?
Oh yeah.
And she goes, yeah. And she just laughed, and I was like, okay, because I've done readings in the shed for a year, and I've never had stuff knocking, moving stuff, like,
Oh really?
to the point where, like, I had to say something to her.
Oh
Like,
my
I
God.
ignored it for a while,
Yeah.
and then I had to say something. Like, was he a ball buster? Because
Oh,
this
yeah.
has never happened before.
That is so funny. Actually, one of his go-to moves when he was feeling social and would go to like friends' houses, or like more so friends' houses, I guess he would steal something, like a little
Just
like
to see
or,
if
like a
you'd
salt and pepper
notice.
shaker or something, or he'd like move something, and that would be like one of his
Yes,
moves.
that was the energy. Just
Yeah.
like, just because he can kind of ball
right.
busting.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. That was definitely him for sure.
I think the connection with spirit makes grief so much easier. So like
Yeah, so
that
much
question about
lighter. Yeah.
navigating grief, like for me, it's connecting to the bigger reason.
Mhm.
Like there's always a bigger reason, and I'm gonna drop a book name that changed my life.
Yeah.
Because my grandfather had just passed away, and I read it, and he talked about, it's called Many Lives, Many Masters. And he was just a counselor, and then he was a hypnotist, but he would do hypnotism for like quitting drinking, quitting
Yeah.
smoking, trying to sleep better, like things like that.
Mhm.
And when he read someone and she started channeling while she was under the hypnotism,
Oh.
she started channeling spirit.
Mhm.
He had lost a son at 2 weeks old, a baby.
Really? Wow. Ugh,
No one
that's
knew this,
devastating.
of
Yeah.
course, but this patient did while she was channeling, and she said, the son came through and said, my purpose wasn't for this earth. My purpose was to get you to change your job, because he was in the like hospital medicine world before he changed to
Wow.
hypnotism.
Okay.
So he quit because he was so angry that medicine failed his child. It made him
Wow.
change his life completely and go a completely different route because he was
Right.
so disgusted with medicine.
Mhm.
But that was the purpose. The only reason that child came into
So
this
crazy,
world
yeah.
was to make him change his job.
Yep.
When you think about this, like our souls, we all have a purpose, and it may, because we only know this life, this is a huge life. Like, what do you mean
Right.
that baby just came in just to change his, like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But it's not, because our souls make agreements to help each other navigate this earth realm so we
I
get
love
to where
that,
we're
yeah.
supposed to get to.
Right.
So, like, I know a lot of people who, after someone passes, their spiritual gifts open up. You're one of them. I'm one of them. I have another friend. I have a lot of other friends that I've
Yeah.
seen this happen with. And I realize, like, there's a bigger, like, everyone dies,
Mhm.
but timing and who's in your life at the time, all of that is so on purpose.
So synchronistic.
It's
yeah, it's
so, like,
crazy.
where we are, that one action is going to change how the rest of us left behind move.
Yes. Yep.
And that is ultimately a purpose. And
Yeah.
like, finding that it takes time, because my human still gets mad that my grandma and my papa aren't here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pissed still. I want
Yeah.
their human body next to me.
Right.
But I also know the power of spirit, so when I'm able to connect with them and see them and feel them. I remember one time I leaned on my grandma's shoulder and I just cried like this.
Yeah.
And I didn't hold my head up. Like, I felt myself just lay on her shoulder.
Wow.
Like, yes, I want her body. Yes, my human still hurts.
Yeah.
But my soul knows, like, it's so much bigger.
She wasn't
and
in that. She's not in that body. She's
yes,
with you. Yeah.
she's with me, and she's helping me navigate this new layer for our ancestors that never touched this part of life and just
Right.
lived it with anxiety and lived with all of this sensitivity to energy. And instead of navigating it to be like, this is my superpower,
Yeah.
it became a burden and I'm medicated and I'm
Right.
on disability, and, well, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like, our souls are all working together to navigate this earthly
Yeah.
realm.
Right.
And
I love the
seeing
way you
the
said
bigger
like
purpose.
our souls have agreements, and I think that's a beautiful way to put it. I think.
Oh yeah, and you can break agreements at any time. Like, with my energy work, I've broken agreements with ancestors, with certain people, with certain beings, because I have free will in this life. I don't have to keep those agreements if I don't want to.
Right.
I can live intentionally and consciously from my own decisions. But there's the other part where life's bigger than us.
Yeah.
I can consciously control what I can control.
Right.
But there are still souls at play that
Right. You-
have their own agreements that are going to move around
what
me.
kind of shit is coming your way.
Yes, yes. But yeah, we have so many different layers of agreements too. Like,
Yeah.
we have an agreement that we were going to meet up again and
Yep.
do something big with,
Right.
like, staying friends the whole time wasn't in the cards for us.
No,
It was
we just
meant to
happened to
come in
be-
and out
yeah.
and in and out and in and out because a bigger thing was being bloomed. Like,
right.
what I said the
Like,
other
don't
day
forget about this person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and like, I can't even explain my relationship with you, which is why I know it's an agreement.
Right? Yeah.
Because, like I said to you the other day, like, our foundation of friendship isn't, we have to go out together all the time. We have to, like, our foundation is the sacred stuff. And
Yeah.
that is where
It's
I
so
find
crazy.
meaning
Mhm.
with other humans. Like,
Yeah.
when it's not just this surface level conversation, when
Right.
we're getting to, like,
It's like how you show up for each other.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, the depths of, like, everything, and, like, learning to navigate adulthood now with somebody who's on the same level, the same
Right.
mindset, the same want and hunger for life.
Yeah,
You know, it's
right.
like an agreement that is being followed,
Yeah.
which I'm keeping.
Yeah, same. Life is too short, and I've hit that point in my life where I'm like, okay, like, am I going to choose to say stuck and heavy, or am I going to make the uncomfortable choices to make the change that I know at least gives me a fucking shooting chance at this life that I know I deserve?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And it's like, if you can make that one change, there's nothing that bad can happen. The only
Right.
thing, it doesn't work. Or you make another change.
Yeah, exactly. You just continuously pivot until it feels right.
Yeah. I think this conversation really just proves that the magic is within you, and not looking outside for your answers, not looking for someone else to tell you what something means, not looking for someone else to point it out. Josh is very lucky to have you open up about the signs so he can catch them also. But he's not, what I mean by like not looking on the outside, he's not waiting for you to do it.
Yeah.
It's like this ebb
Open
and flow that
acceptance.
you guys are kind of exchanging with each other as you move forward. So just, I think my advice to anybody who wants to tap into this spiritual magic
Yeah.
is be delusional.
Yeah. Embrace the
Be
delusion, people.
delusional because that's where your answers are. It feels delusional because you're like, oh, really? That butterfly while I'm talking about Bill, literally that happened.
Yeah.
That butterfly while I'm
Yeah.
talking about Bill just happened to fly over, like whatever. It's just a
Yeah.
bug and we're outside.
You can
Of
choose
course
to
that
ignore it, or
happened.
you can choose
Right.
that it's magic.
Or you can be like,
Right.
well, we didn't see a butterfly this whole damn time and now we're talking about Bill and it pops up.
Yeah.
Find the answers that you, or be open to the answers you
Right.
know are already there without dismissing them. And the more you do that with the little signs, and that's a part in the episode that we're going to link in the description too. I think their podcast is
I don't remember.
Diary of a CEO.
CEO. Yes, that is it.
Yes.
Yep. Diary of a
With
CEO.
Stephen
Shout out.
Bartlett, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so she goes into like, she didn't believe herself at first. She just, her husband's name was Robin, so
Yep.
she kept seeing Robins and she was like, of course I'm seeing that, that's what I want to see.
Right. Yeah.
But then when it keeps happening, it's like, oh no, like
Yeah.
this is a sign.
Yeah.
This is
absolutely.
the way that he knows that I can know it's him.
Right.
So just be open to whatever's coming your way, and the first thing that comes in your mind, like you said, when it's just flooding
Trust it.
in and you're like, what the heck? That is all of the messages that you've been waiting to hear
Yes.
being received.
Just wake up and listen, people. Wake up and listen. And we just hope, our hope for this channel is that this can be a space for you to feel the weird, to feel the delusional, to just feel safe in expressing whatever you feel like you have to express. So please interact in the comments if you feel called to. Share, private message us. We'll always answer.
Yep.
We
Let us know your weirdest experience.
Yeah,
and
we
spirit.
want to hear your stories.
Something that never made sense, something you've never told anybody because you didn't have the community to do
Yes.
it.
Yep.
We are a judgment-free zone.
Yes.
We love the weird. We love the woo-woo. Give it
Yeah,
all.
and who knows, maybe we'll even invite you to be on a guest
Yes.
if you're open to it and your story is impactful to where we think it could, again, expand people's minds to be open to this layer of life that everyone deserves to be a part of.
Yes. Waking up the mind and listening to the body is just really,
Empowering.
it's so much bigger than just like waking up your mind, listening to your body is your fucking superpower.
Yes.
Because navigating from that place, no one can stop you.
Yeah,
because
you're
you have-
magnetic. It's
yes,
unreal.
You have this unwavering trust with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So be sure to come back for the next one. We have some juicy topics coming up for the rest of the year. And thanks for joining us on this one.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Girl, I love this. This was meant to be.
Yes, I'm glad we did it outside.
Yeah.
I
me
needed
too.
that.